Hey everybody, Barry here again. We got the engine out last night, and my focus for tonight is going to be to get it off the cradle and get the engine moved back here somewhere to the way. And I'm going to see if I can get this thing. It sounds dumb, but I just want to roll it in under here, get it half lined up, and lower the van down onto the engine, because I just want to see what it looks like and see what kind of room we're battling in here. See how high or low the engine's gonna be sitting in relation to the hood. It's deep, man. It's like 3 feet or more between the cowl and the bottom of the van, so I think it's gonna fit perfect. So let's get the engine mounts undone, which I definitely should have done before I pulled the whole cradle out of it, because I would have had a lot more leverage up and under, you know, pulling this way. But I was like, why do I need to undo the motor mounts? They're not gonna come apart. But I'm dumb, so don't do what I did. So I'm going to pull the engine and transmission all in one shot and make it obviously easier. I just need to undo the axle nuts. Something else I should have done while the wheels were on the ground. Anyway, undo the axle nut here and on the other side so I can pull the whole axles out. Now, before anybody comments and says, you're dumb, you got to leave the axles in, I'm going to remove the boot, pull the inner part of the axle out and leave the cup where it is. I'll put it back on, torque it down before I put everything together. And it might be even easier just for me to cut it off now and leave the outer boot there and just pull the shaft directly out. That way I don't disturb the wheel bearings or anything like that, because they're not making any noise at the moment, so the less I disturb on this, the better. We have one engine mount here. And just the one on the front, actually. So that's not bad. We only got 2 engine mounts to undo anyway. Nothing serious. Got the engine separated from the cradle. Everything I touch turns into hard work. But anyway, I got it out, and the floor is not too disgusting. It looks worse on camera, actually. Anyway, so I got this laid over here for now. This is the whole front cradle and suspension assembly. So we can see how unnecessarily thick this whole cradle is. Like, really, it's housing the rack and like one motor mount. So I don't get why it needed to be so big. And here's our engine. This is the famed 3.6 Pentastar. Made like 300 horsepower or something, so it's pretty good, but still junk. I think I'm gonna roll this over here, drop the van down on top of it, and have us a look. But first I gotta clean up this floor, because it's kind of making me upset. don't know how well it's gonna work, but I want to try it. Yeah, I gotta at least have some. So far, so good. It fits so far. See if we're going to strike anything. There's a lot of room under here. Before we go any further, I have to warn you, this is not for the faint of heart. Full disclaimer. Look at that! Look how sick it is! And it fits under the hood. Obviously, just bear with me. We don't have engine mounts. Nothing is lined up. The engine is like this way, because obviously my turbo setup is not ideal. It's kind of touching the brake booster over here, but dude, look how much room there is. It's like a foot below the hood, and it's level with the body. The oil pan is. That is insane. I'm so excited. So excited. Did not realize how much room was in this engine bay. Obviously front to back there's very little, but there's so much cowl over the firewall, and the van is like wicked deep. I didn't realize it was so deep that way. Oh, this is very exciting. And I know what kind of thumbnail I'm using for this video too. Right there. Dodge people, I'm sorry. I love you guys. I took your least respected hot rod vehicle with the least respected engine. Well, for somebody who hasn't driven an LS, I know. I'm so sorry that you guys have been deprived of the turbo LS for so long. I'm just being an idiot, don't worry. Anyway, so I took the worst vehicle, the worst engine, and put both of them together. As far as I know, I'm the first one to do this, or at least the first one on YouTube, because I searched turbo LS Dodge Grand Caravan, and there's nothing. There's that one video that a million people have seen with the red SRT 4 swap Caravan, like 30 pounds of boost in this. That is inspiration for this thing, to be honest. And the owner of that van, if you ever see this, 100% inspiration. You're awesome. Anyway, so here we go. This is, I just laid the bumper on. It will fall off if I breathe too hard, but that is majorly insane. I'm gonna haul the bumper off really quick just to show you what it looks like. Just look at it. Look how unnecessary and ridiculous that is, and how mean it looks. I want to drive it around with no bumper. Just a big old massive intercooler here with a turbo like up here. Yeah, castle will go along with that. Way too cool. All right, I got accomplished what I wanted to get done tonight, which is not really a lot, but I wanted to get the engine and cradle separated because the engine's got to go back to my place and just be dumped out back under a tarp somewhere. And I really wanted to see what that looked like under the hood. And I'm beyond pumped. Like this is new motivation, as if I needed more. So that's gonna shut her down for tonight. And thanks for watching. A lot more exciting stuff to come. Have a good night, everybody.